All right, welcome. This is Frank Salinas here with GrooveKart. Thank you for attending the live training. We're about to get going right now. We're going to do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is hopefully be able to show you something cool that just went live. And we're going to showcase the new builder. All right. And we're just going to get started right now. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do my best to read the updates and then show you based on what I read, show you those changes in the builder. All right. So I have a new demo store up. Okay. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to share my screen. And let's get rocking and rolling. All right. So I have this new demo here. I just set it up earlier. Okay. And we're going to dive right into the new builder. It is now live. All right. I'm going to go. I'm going to stop sharing every once in a while and then go back and forth to show you. If you want to access the builder inside your GrooveKart dashboard, click on Builder. And here you'll see this little wizard that walks you through what each thing is. Okay. All right. And then there you go, the devices, and we're going to go over a little bit about that. So you can open up that tool at any time by clicking that little information icon right there. Okay, so this is what the new builder looks like. Everything is floating over here on the left. Here, let me just dive right in, and then I'm going to read some of the updates and then go back and show you. So here's where you can drag in blocks and elements that you put inside the block. So the hierarchy is basically, you have your pages, right? Let's say your home page. Then you have your blocks. And then within the blocks, you have elements. And then each element has settings that you can edit, okay? So the way this works right now is whatever store you had, it saved all the visual aspects of your store. And then you can go in and edit each setting for each block, each element individually if you wanted to. And you also have global settings, which we're going to get into right now. But let me read some of this stuff. So we have the header setup as part of the theme. Okay, headers have a way to set up in the background with the text color and hide, show the account, and change the cart icon. So let me show you this. So if you click on edit header layout, we do have several different headers here. Okay, and we added some functionality to where you can change the color of the header and you can change the cart icon. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could upload an icon and then replace the one that shows up here. So you see that little blue shopping cart icon is there. We could change that if we wanted to in these settings. So if I click here, let's just change the header to, I don't know, let's just do this blue right here. And then let's change the links to white. Okay. And then if I hit this check mark, I now have changed the header color, okay? So that's pretty cool. So if we go back in there, what else can we do? We can turn off the search feature, and we can turn off the login link as well in the header. If I go like that, those go away, okay? And then I can just easily turn them back on like that. All right. And then appearance. So this is related. Let me just show you again. If I go back here, how do I get there? If I go to themes and I hit customize, something to make note of. Let's say you buy a theme from somebody or you had a designer make you a theme and you import it and you load the theme. Whatever theme that you have active is always going to be the one at the top, okay? And it's going to be what you see on the screen. So let's just say you have 2 or 3 other themes that you've worked on. They'll be down here underneath the current one. The one that's active is always going to be this one at the top. Let me go ahead and mention this. If you want to import a new theme, you would go like that and you import it, right? And then you're able to set a thumbnail and name it, okay? Now, if we wanted to, we could bring in one of these. Let's just see if it pulls it in. Again, this is a demo store. No guarantee it's going to have anything there. So I'm going to ignore saving this theme. And let's just see if it pulls it in. And then I'm going to go over the more other changes that have been made to the builder, and the awesome development team has been working on those changes. Okay, so now we have this theme, right? We have this elegance theme. So again, how would you get back to the other one? Well, you would, I think I ignored saving, so I think I messed it up. So let's just pull in this old default one, and I'm going to ignore saving this theme, but we're going to go back and check that list. So after that, we have a better theme management. We have themes tab, which I just showed you on the menu, and there you can save and import new themes. You can, like I mentioned before, you can upload a thumbnail to preview the theme. Appearance settings where you can set up the colors, the font styles for every element on the page, okay, and that'll follow the theme. So here's one of the original older default themes. So let me show you what this means. So let's just say we are here and we're going to customize this. What we can do is we can set the sizes here in the global settings for all of the active colors and fonts and things like that. So let's just say I want all font to be the heading font to be this handwriting looking one, okay? And then I want the body font to be this one, okay? When you do that, it'll make changes globally on anything you add into the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in something here, and we're just going to show you an example. So let's just go to add, and I'm going to add in, let's just say some text. We're going to do an H1, and then we're going to add in H2, and we're going to add in an H3, and we're going to do this like so you can see what happens. All right. Okay, and we're almost done. All right, and then now let's add in a paragraph. All right, so let's just work on this. So these are global settings. Whatever you set here to customize, this right here are your global settings. So heading 1, let's just say heading 1 is 64, okay? And the subheading is 48. And then title is 36. Okay, subtitle is 30. So now let's do 24. The body size is 16 and the label size is 14. All right. And let's just say I don't like that font. Obviously, it's hard to read, right? So let's make it Helvetica. Okay, Helvetica is a very commonly used, easy to read font. And let's just say the body font is something easier to read again, not Callistiga. So let's just go with Montserrat. Okay. All right. And so there is what those global settings would look like. And I added these in just so you can see how they work. And so what this means is anytime you drag in, let me go ahead and save. Anytime you drag in an H1 or a paragraph, they're going to have these settings saved. So it's going to save you a ton of time. What does that mean? Well, if you go to pages, and if you go to the pages, and if you go to category, let's go ahead and save this. If you go to the category page or the product page, anything like that, those are going to take on those settings. Now, this was a theme that was already in here. This is a default theme. So it'll be for all the new stuff that you drag in here. Now, how would you do that? Well, you go to add an element. So again, if we're going to, this is the block, sorry. If we're going to add an element of text, and I want to put it, let's just say down here. Again, it's taking on the settings that I saved globally under themes, clicking on customize. Now, what else can we do? Well, the heading font. Let's say the heading font, I want black. Okay, the body font, I want this darker gray, okay? And then the labels, I'm going to show you what the labels are. Let's make the label something very obvious. Let's make it, let's actually go here, and let's make it hot pink or something, okay? We're going to go with that. So that's our label, that color. The reason why I want to show you that is because I'm going to show you where those labels show up, okay? They're not everywhere in on all pages typically. And then links. Let's make links something very specific. Let's make it this this blue right here. Okay. And then buttons. Let's make buttons green. All right. And button text. Let's make it white. And then the active button is this color. So let's just change active to something totally different. Let's make it this gold looking color. Okay, and then the old price and the new price. So let's make that price green, and then the old price red. Let's just go ahead and pick a red. All right. So now these are global settings that I've set up. Okay, and then if I save, I click the check mark, I should say, and then I save. Okay, so let me just hit save. All right, so now if I drag in new items, let's see what happens. So let's just go ahead and add an element. Let's go with a button first. So let's just put a button down here. Excuse me. There it is right here. So the next thing also I want to show you is once you've set up your global settings, you can actually click on an element and then specifically work on those settings for that. Okay. And then right now it says you're currently using the theme settings. Okay. But now what I want to do is I might want to override it. Okay. So let's just say I want to change this to pink and make this white. And not sure what happened there. I may have did something wrong, but let's just go ahead and undo that. All right, and let's just say I want to change the location of the button. I can click on center, and it looks like it gave me a little error. So, not sure. Let's just undo that. I'm gonna have to show that to the developers. And let's just go back to the list and let me just hit save. Again, this is just me showing you the different things that you can do in the builder now. And let's see. One big major thing, people wanted to be able to change the color of the prices, right? You saw me do that earlier. If I go to the home page, we changed the price colors earlier. And when you do that, you can change, it'll change what they look like here, okay? So because this is already here, I can edit this. Let's change it. Let's just take this out and let's drag in a new one. I'm gonna go pages and, we're gonna hit add. And we're going to add a product list right here. And then we're gonna select the product. And let's just go by category and we'll do all these. Let's just add these in here. Actually, that's good enough there. And hit save. And then if I go back down, this is one thing I want to show you. You can now do full rows. Okay, so this would be a blocked row. I probably have too many tables in here, so it's not showing me here, but you can go full row 100% width, so you can take up the whole screen with your product list if you wanted to. Let's see if I can do it in this section. If I go here, themes, go to add, and then product. Okay, let's try this one more time. So select product. You can click on these three dots to open up the settings. And let's just do by category. And let's add these. So as you can see, this is now full width. So that is one thing that we did update with the builder as well. So you can go full width or you can block it in to where it has border on each side. So that is pretty cool, the full width feature. So let's just go back. And I thought I changed the prices. I may have kept them here, but let's see. Oh, yeah, that's why. So let's just change this price. Let's say I want it black. And as you can see, it changed it to black. And let's just say we want the old price to be gray, like so. It's grayed out. I can hit save. And so there you can see how now you can change the colors of the prices, when before you had to do some custom CSS and things like that. So you couldn't do that. So let's just go back. The footer and the float cart will be part of the themes. Okay, so what does that mean? So if I edit this this header and footer and the float cart, it will export with the theme. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're a designer and you design a beautiful theme. You can now export the float cart, the header, and the footer all together with the theme. Okay, so it'll all you can edit everything so it looks beautiful how you want it, and then you can export it. One thing I want to touch on here is we have the 3 devices, okay? And for those that want to get really geeky and nerd out with even more settings, if you wanted to, you can choose the tablet sideways and then this screen here, okay? Right here, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is the laptop, and then this is, if you click the 3 dots, there's the tablet sideways, and then this is like that, okay? So these are always going to be here. Whatever changes you make here, if I wanted to, let's just say this is 48. Let's just make this 36, I should say. And then I go to the desktop, and this is 48. You see that? So I can change things. And as you can see, it's for a while, you could not do that with the old builder. And now you can change each one based on device as needed, okay? All right, and what I want to point out here, this is the beta release of the updated builder. So if you run into anything, we recommend that you get a Loom or Camtasia and make a little video for us, a minute or two, showing us anything you might run into, so that we can get that to the developers, so that we can keep on improving this and keep on making it better for everybody. So I'd like to point out here, if I'm going to edit something and it's beyond the global settings, it'll say it right here, use settings from here, okay? So if I'm doing this, it's telling me I'm using the settings from here, and it's not using the global settings, okay? If I wanted to, I can reset to the theme settings. So remember, we set those themes settings earlier. So if I do this, I can literally go here and reset all these to the theme settings, okay? And what it's doing is, and it's actually updating based on those changes we made earlier. So keep that in mind when you're working on a store that you already have active, that you've already designed. You want to be very careful with clicking that reset to theme settings, because if you go in here and you've set up all the settings and you had it look in a certain way, you're going to remove it and add the settings that you set up here in your global settings, okay? So don't forget, your headers, you can edit it here. I went over this earlier, but there are at least 11 headers that we have here that you can edit. The float cart. The float cart is still the same. Let me go ahead and hit save. The float cart works identical the way it was before, but it works the same way. You can edit it there, okay? And then let's just go back to pages. Go back to the home page. And then the top bar layout. Let's go back to the list of stuff. Elements can have different style settings if you go to the element level, okay? So this is what I mentioned earlier. You'll be warned by the user interface and have a quick way to reset to default. So again, what does that mean? So if I'm editing this, if I click these here, this is using the theme settings. But if I start making changes, okay, let's just actually drag something in. And let's say I wanted to customize this or something, and I'm making these changes. Okay, I don't know. Let's just make some changes like that. And I wanted to do a full width. That's actually big already, so it's not going to change. But as you can see, it's using the settings from here. So whatever changes I'm making, it's telling me I'm making them here and not globally, okay? So you can make changes locally to every single element that you have. Now, if you wanted to save this as a favorite of some sort, you could save it here and then do a new category. And let's just call this buttons. Okay, category's name, and then black button. Okay. Now these are going to be saved as text. Okay. So let me show you where that would be. So if I save this and I want to add a block, it'll be saved under my blocks. Okay. And it's just going to be whatever you named it. So make sure you remember the names you give to each of your favorite blocks that you save. Okay. These are the global blocks. They've always been in there. These are for you to get ideas and to get inspired and then just edit as you need to do that. So again, that'd be adding blocks. You go to global, and then these are, again, just sample items that you have blocks pre-made that you can go and edit, change the text, change the images, but it's something for you to get going, get started, and have a framework to work with that you can change later and edit to customize. So let's just see. Let's see. So we have the new default theme adapted to the theme settings. For every element block theme, template is adapted to use the new appearance theme. So when you add, let's just read that again. For every element block and theme, it's with the new appearance settings. So if I add a new element or anything like that, it's going to take on those settings that we set up here globally, which again helps you save time. So if remember, let's just load another theme. Let's just go with this one. And again, I'm not saving any of this. This is just a demo store. The main thing I want to point out to you is if you have an existing store already it has everything saved locally. So let's say you already had a store, you're getting traffic. All those settings that you had in there are saved in each element locally. So if you go in here to customize your store, and it's going to look just like this. So once you make all those changes and you add elements, it's going to take on these new changes. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, so this is the other one we have here. I do see something here to where it looks like everything's to the left. The developers know. I just let them know right before we went live. So that's a small little thing. They'll get that corrected. But if you go, let's go back to the list. So we're visually showing the inline settings that we use, and you can reset to theme setting. Yeah, you saw that earlier. You can reset. Like I said, if I'm going here and I can go to style, and this is telling me that I'm using the settings from here in this section, but I can also reset the theme settings. Now, remember, this is a new theme I just loaded. I haven't set up any theme settings here that are going to be global. So let's just go back. Custom pages. If you have a custom page that you create, you can actually copy it easier. And then another thing, under product pages, on product pages, when you let's just make a new product page, and let's rename this to demo. Okay. And so we have this product page, right? So let's just add some product elements. So we're going to add in the images, and then we're going to add in, content. So we need a title, right? And then we need, what else do we need? We need the summary, right? So we're going to put that here. And then we need the description. All right, now this is something very basic that I'm doing here. And then we go back. This is just text. Let's go back to the product element. Cart and pricing. We need the product pricing. And then we're going to go back to the content. Sorry, keep on going back there. Cart and pricing, we got that. We need the variants, I should say. All right, and if we go back to the product elements, as you can see, there's related products, product reviews. So let's just say we put the related products under there, and then we go back. We're going to put the reviews underneath that. I dropped them here, but I'm going to move these down. Let me move these down below. Actually, it's probably easier if I just move this up. Okay, that's better. All right. And so let's say we add, go Go back to product elements. Here's add to cart button. We don't have one there, right? So we're going to add to cart right below that. All right. Go back to the product elements. And I think we got everything. You're going to see it's going to give you an error if you're missing elements that are needed, like the images, like the title, the variants, things like that. And so let's just say I'm saving that. So here in the notes, it says they improved how you can copy the custom pages. Okay. So if I go back to pages, and that's funny. I thought I had it here and I don't see it. Oh, sorry. Product page. Here it is. So this is the demo one. So here you can see there's a little typo here, but if I make this product page, this was requested by many, many people. Let me just center this. Okay. This was requested by a lot of people. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to have two variations of the product page. And what this allows you to do is maybe you're just testing which one works better, right? And you're driving traffic to two different product pages. Well, now you can get the first one how you want it, then clone it, and then make those tweaks to it, and then have it how you'd like it with those variations. So what would you do here? You would go back to pages, and then under the product page, you could clone it, okay? So if I clone this, it now made a copy of the other one. As you can see, it's identical, and it's telling me it's missing elements, so that means you need to go in there and edit the page to add the elements. If we click on this, if we go here to product elements, you can see green means it's in there, but something else is missing, and you'll see it as red, okay? So that is going over the improved copying of custom pages. So if I make that product page, or if I make a custom page, I can clone it very easily. Okay. So what else? So here we went over this already. They decreased the amount of devices to 3. We do have all 5, but they're not showing. But you can, if you need to, go in here and tweak for each individual device if you need to. All right, for the design geniuses out there. Menus, sidebars are now floating. Of course, you see that already. What that does is it gives you a bigger canvas basically to work with to see identically what the person would see on the actual live page, which is pretty cool. And let's see, what else do we have? Change the top bar user interface. I showed you this earlier, I believe, maybe not. Edit the top bar layout. So this is just showing you here that you can edit this layout. You click the 3 dots, you can change the background color. Let's make it pink, as you can see there. And you can, another thing, when you're working on, let me just save this. When you're working on any section, the advanced styles like padding and all that are going to be at the bottom, okay? And I'm going to show you here. And this little arrow here, you can click this to go back, okay? So I didn't mention that earlier. Let's just go back, and let's just go to pages, and let's go to the home page. And let me show you here. So let's just say I'm editing this block right here, and you go right here, and the advanced settings as far as spacing are down here. I'd like to add that they did add the ability to add padding up to 300. So let's say I'm working on this one. At the bottom, you can add literally padding. Believe it or not, you can go all the way up to 300 on the padding, and you can even go negative 300 if you need to. Okay, so that gives you a lot more flexibility. I believe before we went over only to 64. Okay, so that's important for those of you that love to design pages. This is going to give you a lot more flexibility when you're setting up pages with the padding. Okay, let's see. We got over that. The back button, we mentioned that at the top left, so you can go back to the previous canvas. The quick sidebar, again, so like if I'm working on something here and I want to edit this, you just click on these 3 dots and boom, the sidebar pops out and you can edit all the settings here, okay? So let's just go back to the list. Let's see, back button, quick sidebar. We moved the infrequently styled settings to put it in advanced. We saw that earlier. It's going to be at the bottom, all of your advanced settings. Most people aren't going to mess with paddings and things like that. Let's just see. All right, you can drag easily. Like for at one point or another, people were moving elements, and sometimes you'd miss an element. And now they've made it easier. Sorry, when you've added an element, they don't get lost. There was some times where people were trying to move things, and you'd go to try to move it down, and it would give you trouble. And sometimes the element that you're trying to drag would disappear, and now it keeps it in there. Oh, one big thing. This is site-wide on every part of your website. When you upload, okay, when you upload an image. So let's just say I want to edit this and I want to add an image, and let's add this one. Let's say I added this one. What's going to happen is it's going to, let's say it's a JPEG or a PNG file. It's going to convert it to WebP, and it's going to optimize the image without losing any resolution. So if you have, let's say, a 4,500 wide image, and it's a PNG, and it's like, I don't know, really big file. When you upload it and it goes into the system and you save it, that image is going to be optimized. So it's going to optimize it and convert it into a WebP file. Okay, that's an image format that is more lightweight than JPEG and PNG. And so that's going to help your stores load faster. So any image you upload, it's going to optimize the image. Other platforms charge. They have apps that do this for you, and you got to pay. They give you so many images for free, and then you usually pay per, for every X amount of data that you use, you pay, $10, $20 a month or whatever to optimize those images. So this is included in the builder. All right, what else? Okay, this, our developer Max, before when you're going to edit the footer down here, there would be this thing that would load kind of funny and it would move around, and people thought that something was going to happen, and they took that out. That no longer happens, so that won't be confusing anybody. And so it's just a better way to work with the footers, and you don't have that pulsating loading action going on anymore. So remember, when you click on any part of this, these little WYSIWYGs load, okay? And you can edit things as you need to, okay? So I can go like this, like that, and let's just say I made this underlined and italicized, and let's just say I want to change that. I don't like that. Well, you can select it all and then hit this little icon here, and it removes any styling that I had there, okay? So just remember that. It's going to remove anything that you had. In this case, let's just go ahead and put it in the middle. Let's make it bold again. All right, and there we go. So let's go back. The old headers, they added fresh new headers, and you also look at your phone when on your website. Look at your phone and look at the headers going back so you can see it. I would do it from the phone. I know we have the device preview here, but I like doing it so I can see with my own eyes what it looks like to the visitor. Okay, but so they do have different mobile views, so you want to take a look at those. Those are exciting. Oh, autosave. So let's just say you step away from the builder for 3 minutes. It'll autosave your work. So that's pretty cool. We mentioned this earlier, the padding, the margins, we can go up to 300. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. We added more fonts. Okay. So I don't know. I didn't mention this, but if I go back to pages, let's go back to the home page. We won't save. So if I'm working on, let's just say I'm dragging in an element, and I want to do this one. Okay. And I want to edit these settings here. Well, we now have, oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, this is where it's at. If you go to customize, you'll see that you have a lot more fonts here than you had before. All right. So there's a ton more. I recommend, like Damien suggested, I believe in one of our other trainings, setting up everything globally first so that you're happy with the sizes of the fonts, you're happy with the font itself, you're happy with the button colors, so that when you add in buttons or you add in titles, there's less work for you to do after the fact because you already have it set the way you like it, okay? Let's see, copy the product layout feature. We already went over that. So you can make a product page, set up the layout how you want it, and then you can clone it. Okay. So the images will be cropped to the column width without losing quality. So what that means is here, if I uploaded a big image and I added, let's just say I added a three column section like this. If I wanted to drag in an image, let's just add an image here. And that image is huge, like 5,000 pixels. It's going to resize it without losing the quality to fit around 300 pixels so that then you could visually see what's going on. It's not going to stay big like that, okay? All right, let's see. So I mentioned the full row or it's the boxed view, which makes it smaller, or the full row. Now you could add, let's say a product list showing 4 or 5 products. You can make them go full size all the way across the website on desktop. And they removed the list element. So I think there was the bulleted list element. That is gone. No one was using that. And so this is the builder. This is what's now live in every GrooveKart store. If you run across any issues, please, by all means, let us know. But the best way you could help the community would be get your Camtasia out or get Loom. Loom is free, and you can easily record your screen to show us what's going on. So let's take a Q&A. Let's take a time to answer some questions. It can be related to anything we've covered in the past, or it can be related to the builder. Now, I'm not the developer, so I am limited to what I might be able to answer, but we can go over some questions here. Let me go ahead and stop sharing. All right. So it can be over anything we've covered in the past related to my cat swag, the demo store we're working on, or it could be anything related to GrooveKart, anything you've seen here. We're just going to keep this open for about 20 minutes. I really just wanted to showcase the builder. I should have brought on, I learned about the builder going live literally a few minutes, less than 20 minutes before we went live. So I didn't have time to schedule somebody like Damien to come on here and play with it to show you guys. But do me a favor, do the community a favor, go in there and work with it, and then see if you run into anything that doesn't look like it's working right. Record a quick little a Loom for us, a quick little video, so that we can make sure that the builder is working for everyone and we're not running into any problems, okay? The main thing is, let me go ahead and share my screen one more time, and then while I wait for questions. The main thing is in here, if you don't have any store yet, like if you don't have anything live, then I recommend, let me make sure I'm in here. Yeah, let me add it in there. There we go. I didn't add myself. Okay. So the main thing I want to tell you here is if you don't have a live store, especially, go in here. How do you get there? Let me just reiterate some of the things. You're going to click on this thing. Looks like a little palette, right? You click on that. I forgot, that's not the right word, but I forgot what it's called. So you click on here. The theme that you're looking at and you're working on is always going to be at the top. If I import more themes, they're going to show up underneath it, okay? And then there's some ones that are already saved there by default. The ones that Damien set up for us a few weeks back, a couple months ago, the Groove Decor Light, Groove Elegant, those are in there, okay? So the theme that you're always working on is always going to be under My Themes, and it's going to be at the top. That's very, very important. I'm just going to go over a couple of things just to reiterate all the different things that they've done. Okay. No, there's actually just one builder. This is the new version. This is what we all have to get used to working with. Now, again, this is the new release of it. This is the first iteration. So if you find something, do let us know. If you can, take the screenshot or record the screen so that we can make it better, 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 and better. So for the next couple of weeks, our developers are going to have their looking glass out and looking at everything related to this builder so that we make sure that we get it refined and running smooth. Okay, so if you run anything, let us know. No, yeah. You don't have to optimize the images anymore, Anthony. So what's cool about that? Let me stop sharing and let me go back. What's cool about that is you can now upload your images. Literally, just upload the images, and it's going to optimize it. Okay, so you don't have to do anything else but upload the image, and it's going to auto optimize. I don't know about you, but that's I've seen apps that charge literally like a lot of money to do that monthly, especially if you start building out a lot of products. Those things can cost you $20, $30 a month just to optimize those images. Okay, so just be thinking about that. It's saving you a ton of money per month just by having that feature to auto optimize. So what does that mean? Just to reiterate, let me share screen and I'll show you one more time. So let's just say I'm adding some big image, okay? And let's just say, I don't know, let's just add an image again right here. I'm going to upload a big image. I'm going to click these three dots and let's just upload. That was GrooveZilla. Let's add this picture of Mike. Feels same, all right? All right. And so what that does, it'll auto size it, right? The image is still big in the background. You can see it over here to my right. It is still 1920. But what it's going to do once I'm done, let me just hit save. What that's doing is, I'm not sure how fast it does it, but I'm thinking it's doing it in the background. It'll crop it so that it looks, proper, around 300 pixels or so wide. But the actual image itself is huge, 1920 by 516. And it is now optimized. I'm not sure how fast it's being done, but it is happening within probably a few minutes, or it happens instantly. What that means is everyone's GrooveKart store is going to be loading faster as you add and set up new images, as you optimize your stores and tweak things, or if you have a brand new store and you're setting it up for the first time, as you're uploading new images, all of those are being optimized. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let's go back. So your theme that you're always working on is going to be here under customize. All right. At the top, I should say. And you can save this as a theme. So this is one part I didn't show you earlier. Let's just say I had this going the way I really wanted it, right? I have this beautiful, and it doesn't look like this. It looks a lot better, right? So you can actually upload a thumbnail, which would be the preview of your theme, and then you could give it a name. So, but in this case, I'm just going to call it Frank Demo. And then you can now save that. So what I recommend you do in your current store. So let's actually, I'm going to go to my cat swag, and I'm going to show you what I would do. Let's just go into my cat swag. What I would do as an existing store owner. I'm going to go in here, and what I'm going to do before I do anything is I'm going to go in here to themes, and I'm going to save as theme, and I'm going to call this my cat swag so that I don't lose anything. Okay. So this way it's saved. Okay. And as you can see, it's down there so that I don't have to run into any issues. I can make changes, and then I can load the other one. Okay. If I need to. So what it's going to do is it's going to save it as a JSON file, a JSON. I think that's how you say it. And it'll save all the settings. So that would be the first thing I do, okay, is to save the current theme that shows up here as a theme itself. Give it a name so that if you make any changes, you're not going to freak out. You can always go back and load the one that you saved the name as. Okay, so let's just go back. Again, there's Groove Decor, Groove Elegant, Groove Fresh, and Groove Shred if you go under themes in basic. And then here you have where you can add blocks and elements. Okay, remember the hierarchy is you have pages, you have their blocks, you have their elements, and then each element has settings. Okay, and then here are your pages. By default, you're going to have a home page, category, product, shopping cart, checkout, upsell, thank you, and maintenance mode. Those are the ones you're going to have. And let's go to shopping cart. We haven't done anything here. Actually, checkout page. So this is just the checkout page. What's cool about this is, remember, GrooveKart gives you flexibility to edit your checkout page. Most e-commerce platforms don't give you that flexibility. They don't give you the option to do anything really to the checkout page. So this is really cool. This is one of the reasons why I always got excited about GrooveKart when I first knew about Groove in the beginning. So let me close that. Let me turn off my Skype real quick, guys. 1 second. All right. So let me just reiterate. We'll reread some of this stuff right here. So, so the header is now part of the theme. The header, the footer, and the float cart. Okay, so that's one of the main things. Let's just go back. Let's not save. I didn't do anything there. So the header, whatever changes you make, the footer, the float cart, now you can save that theme and you can export it if you wanted to and give it to somebody you're helping, or sell the theme. You can use it on other stores. And so now that's all together. Okay. And let's just reread some of this stuff. The themes tab, we showed you how that is, so you can manage it. You can upload a thumbnail. The appearance settings, I showed you where you can click on it. If you're editing anything, all you do is you click on the 3 dots, and then now you get the settings for that element that you're working on. If I wanted to save this as a favorite, I could just click the star. That's always been there, but let's just say we're going to give it a new category name, and we're just going to say, I don't know, cover image. I'm just making this up, and then, whatever, right? Save it. So that would be me saving that for later. And then how would I find it? I could go here, go to blocks, and then my saved blocks are under my blocks. And it's just going to have the text that I name it. So do remember that. And then as always, the global blocks are here. If I want to drag in something that I want to use, I can drag it in there. And then I can edit everything as needed. So let's just go back. A key thing that people were wishing for the longest time, you can now set the color of your prices. So that was asked by probably hundreds of people. This is under your global settings. Okay, so you want to take the time, save all this. Remember, if you have an existing store that already looks a specific way, save that theme first, save as theme, save it, the current one, so that you don't miss out when you go to change any of this stuff, and then you might freak out. Okay. So let's see. We saw earlier how we could copy. You could clone now a product page. So if I do a product page layout that I like, I've set it up how I want it. I now can clone it. There's a typo there that'll get fixed, and so now I can get the product page layout how I want it, and then I can go in there and then clone it and then make 1 or 2 little tweaks if I want 2 different product page layouts, because you might want to use one layout for a certain product and another layout for a different type of product or a different niche or whatever, or even for just manual testing processes. Okay. So this is so that you can change it from full width to the blocked look. So this is full width and this is blocked off, right? With basically padding margins on the side. Okay. So you're using these 2 little arrows like that, and that's what that does. Okay. So let's just go here. The 3 devices, we went over that already. The other 2 are there. Okay, they're not shown, but if you need to make changes to one particular device, you can. And this is now actually handled very easily. If I make it, bigger or smaller, this is H3. If I go to the desktop and I edit this one, I want this one to be H1. Okay. And I see that did not take, so I'll let the developers know. It could be just me, user error. But so that's what the devices are there for. You can make changes. We made the change earlier on one of these pages, and it did take effect. I probably just did it wrong. I'm just this is the first time I actually played with the builder based on the last changes they made. But let's just see. Menu sidebars are now floating. We already covered that. The back button, you can see here. If I need to go here, I can go and click on this back button if I want to change the canvas that I was working on. So those are the changes. Those are the new improvements with the builder. It's actually a lot better. This is really cool because you can set up these global settings. And now, anytime you drag in a new, let's just do that one more time. Let's just say the heading is this one. This is 48. This is 36. And this is the label size is like that. And we're going to save this. And so if we drag in any of those, we can see that we saved it. So if I drag in any new elements, let's just go here. As you can see, it's taking on those settings that I saved globally. Okay, so this is really cool. This is actually helps you, especially if you don't have an existing store. You can get the settings the way you want, play around with it, and get it to where you feel comfortable. This is how you really want it. This is the buttons. This is the link colors, all that, how you want it, and then you can have it ready and saved globally for anything that you do. All right. Don't forget the product elements are always here, and they're going to be specific to the product page, okay? The cool thing I do like about the new update, updated builder, is the ability to, like I mentioned earlier, clone this product page layout. That is very important. A lot of people were asking for that. Remember, all images are auto-optimized now when you upload them, so you don't have to worry about going and doing it manually on another service. So that's beautiful. Before, it used to optimize only the product page images, but now any image you upload, no matter if it's the home page, the category page, all of those will be optimized. We now have the ability to edit the colors of the footer. Actually, let me go back. I clicked out of that. So, and the header, I should say, the header and the footer, we can now customize better. Okay. So again, I showed this to you earlier. You can customize the way the header looks now. And you can also upload an icon if you don't like the icon, like this little shopping cart you see right there. If you don't like that one, you can go get another icon and upload it, and you can now change that, okay? As well as turning on search, turning it off, and showing the login as well, all right? And we do have, I believe it says there's a few headers here. There might be some missing. So I'm going to have to get with the developers. Again, this is the first release. They probably left out a couple. I'll let them know to double check that. And by all means, if you run into anything and it doesn't look right, if you know for sure that there's an issue, take a screenshot or record some sort of video for us so that you can get that to us so we can improve this. The developer is going to be looking at the builder right now for the next few weeks, double checking things, fixing anything that we run across so that we can bring you a good experience and so you can get up and running faster. All right, so let's just go to questions. I'm going to stop sharing. All right, so let's just say okay, yeah, we don't have to optimize images. They're now anything you upload will be auto optimized. Okay. Let's see. Can one have a store in the regular website, or is this a separate website? What is the difference with GrooveKart? So GrooveKart is for e-commerce. This is for you You can sell physical products. You can sell digital products as well. But it's got everything built into where I want to upload. Let's say I have my own product and I'm selling these things. I can upload the images of this, and it'll have the title, the description, everything I need so that I can bring it to the marketplace and people can sell, and then they can check right out. You can enter tracking. All of that can be handled through GrooveKart versus if you're doing it through Groove Pages. That's more for internet marketing, digital marketing. You're selling training, you're selling coaching, you're selling consulting. It's GrooveKart is the all-in-one one-stop shop platform for you to sell your physical products. Okay, and the physical products can be the products that you're making, you've made, you create, or it can be print on demand, or it can be drop ship products, or it can be a mixture of that. Or you can do digital products as well, like you're selling PLR or something like that. Let's see. Sent you an email 2 days ago requesting information. Have you got it? It's about linking of pages. That was probably for support. I don't check support, the help desk, so that could be something Mr. Garcia has. Let's see. If I have a blog specifically ready to Groove, can I curate Groove content such as images, videos, descriptions? I'm pretty sure there should not be any problem with that, Rick, as long as it's current, up-to-date information. If it mentions anything about lifetime or anything like that, then of course don't mention that because we are no longer offering the lifetime. Okay. All right. What about images imported from AliExpress? Do we have to consider them optimized and resized? Well, if you're importing through AliExpress, using AliConnect or something, those that get imported will be optimized. I will double check with the developers, but I'm pretty sure any page that hits the builder now with the new version, any image that hits the builder is going to be optimized once it gets uploaded or imported into the system. Same thing with, like, let's just say you're setting up a print-on-demand product, let's say from Printful or Tscape. You can rest assured that when those things are being pushed to the store and you're importing, that those images are going to be optimized. It just wouldn't make sense if they didn't do that, because the developers went out of their way to make sure all these images are being optimized so that our stores as GrooveKart users can be loading as fast as possible. All right. Any other questions? This wasn't your standard training where we're going over my cat swag, showing you, what to do in GrooveKart to set up your store. This was today more just demoing the builder. I encourage you to get in there. And the first thing I would do, like I said before, was save your store. If you already have a set up store, save that as a theme so that if you make any changes, you're not going to lose anything. Okay. Save that, and it's going to drop down to the bottom. And then anything you make changes to, what you see is the current theme that's being worked on at the top. All right. All righty. Thank you, Nicholas. Yes, Icon Ecom is on the roadmap. We actually had a meeting last week that is already taking place. Their developers are working with our lead developer, and they've already started the process. And it actually is happening. Okay, it's not like one of the other partners we're hoping to integrate with that ended up not being able to. So, but Icon is coming. Icon Ecom, what it's going to let you do is sell, let's say, custom shirts that say, it's a Christian thing you wouldn't understand. It's an Anthony thing. It's a Rick thing. It's a Nicholas thing. It's a Leo thing, and the person can change the text on the shirt on the fly. As a store owner, you can upload custom designs, and let's just say we'll use a last name. Let's say you're selling shirts that say, Salinas Family Worldwide 2022. Well, I can designate the field where Salinas shows up, and then you can type in, any other last name, Hendricks or Iman or Capra or anything like that, and it'll change it on the fly. They'll be able to preview it, and they'll be able to buy custom products with their name, with the photo. And that's going to be cool because it'll add something that is evergreen to your arsenal, which is personalization. If you're able to sell personalized gifts, it's a cool thing. Okay. How do I get the landing page link to publish on social media? That would be probably, well, actually, no. If you're talking about GrooveKart, all you're going to do is just visit your product. Let me share my screen. What would you do in that case? If you're talking about the landing page, you're basically going to go here. And let's just say I have a product. Okay. Let's just say this is my product. You go to products. And I want to share my product on my social media, and I have a one product store. Let's just say I have a one product store for this example, and I want to share it. Well, let's just say this girl loves to groove is my product. If I go to preview, this URL is what I will share right there at the top. Okay, I'll just copy that URL at the top, and that's what I would share on social media. All right, well, let's stop sharing. All right, let's see. Cecilia said, thank you. I need to watch it again. Very helpful and feeling. I will get this. Awesome. How can we save it as a theme? So let me just share my screen one more time. This is especially if you have an existing store. Save what you have before doing anything else. Go into, let's just act like, let's just load another one of these themes because I've been messing these up during this demo. Doing what I do best, right? Breaking some stuff. So let's just load this one. And let's just act like I logged into my store for the first time since 48 hours ago. And now the new builder is in my GrooveKart store. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to themes. And remember, your current theme that you see in front of you is always at the top. Okay. Now remember earlier, I saved this earlier as Frank demo. So before you do anything else, save as a theme. Okay. So I'm going to say current site. Okay. Just to give you an idea, to give you a hint, you want to save your current site. So that's, I would say the first thing you do, save that, and it's going to push it from the top down. That way, if I go and I mess this up, I already saved it and it's down here. Okay. So just remember that. That's a key little thing. You don't want to have to reach out to us, say, hey, I messed up my site. I lost everything. I don't know what to do now. Okay. So you don't want that. We already got that. Can we drop ship through Alibaba? No. Alibaba is more for wholesale, but you can do through AliExpress. Okay. I believe there's something being done to Ali Connect as of, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. I checked it, thankfully to a user of ours. Something's not working with the extension. So the programmers know about that. It should be up and running in no time. Let's just see here. In regards to the landing page link that you just went over, can we convert it to a short link with? Yes, of course. So let's just say you have your website, your product page, and you're selling, I don't know, the best insect repellent, I don't know, high frequency thing that you plug in a wall. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. And you want to share that. Sure enough, you can copy that link that I just showed you how to get to if you hit preview. And then go to Bitly, or you go to any other URL shortener service, paste your URL if you want to make it shorter. And then by all means, you can share that on social media. So again, the new builder, it's the first version. So please bear with us. If you do spot something though, I appreciate it ahead of time. Thanking you in advance. If you do record something, take a screenshot to share it with our team. So that we can get it back. Actually, as a matter of fact, because this is such a big update, this is huge. The developers have been working on this for a long time. I know you have been asking about it. You can email any issues you see with the builder only, just with the builder right now. Don't email me support questions. Or if you see something specific to the builder, email frank@groovedigital.com. This way I can get them into the right developer's hands right away. And that'll actually help our support so they're not flooded with support videos and things like that, email them to me, Frank at Groove Digital. And in regards to the builder, I will pass those on to our lead developer so that we can get any issues with the builder fixed right away. Actually, I'm just going to put it in here. This way, we don't. Mr. John Garcia and his team are slammed by support daily, literally 24/7. So just listen. If you run across anything with the builder that you don't think is right, you know it's an issue, record something and then send it to me, and I'll get it into the right hands. All right. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you. This was a short little demo. The first thing you do is save your theme, just like I showed you, so that in case you start getting in there, changing the global settings, and you make changes, you're not going to, edit what you already have that you were happy with. All right. Appreciate it, Rick. Thank you, Christian, Nicholas, Leo, Anthony, Cecilia, Joya, everyone. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the Groove family. Get in there, have some fun. We have tons of training on our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed to Groove Digital. David Lemon is on there almost every day, sharing with you the power of the Groove system, groove.cm. And if you're not in e-commerce yet, get the ball rolling. You're not paying big old fees to have an e-commerce store here. Even as a free member, you can launch your own store and your own e-commerce store, and you literally can start selling without paying anything. And then the fee is only 5% of your sales if you're a free member. It's a no-brainer. It really is. Okay. Other platforms out there, you need $29 to $89 a month to get going in e-commerce. And here at Groove, you can get started for free. Now, I encourage you to upgrade because there is no fees when you're upgraded, and you can launch a store every 7 days versus one store every 30 days as a free member. So give it a try, get in there, and give it a whirl. And if you run into anything, send me an email with that screenshot or with that video so we can get the developers to see what's going on. We can get it fixed, and we can get this builder to be awesome, which I know you guys are already going to enjoy it. And with that being said, I'll let you guys go, and we'll see you on the next training next Thursday. Hopefully, Mr. John Garcia will join us. He is away at another cat lovers convention, and he'll be back. Just kidding. He'll be back next Thursday with me, and we will. Look at that. So he ran 2 Shopify stores, Christian, $200, $299 plus third-party apps, $600 a month. Listen, that's a car payment and gas for a week. Okay. So that's nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we thank you guys for being here. We'll see you on the next training next Thursday. This is Frank Salinas on behalf of Groove. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.